Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals, primordial goo, mouse, bear, dog things, and other. Welcome to the Sci-Fi Lab. I'm your host, DJ Squared, and my co-host is not here today, but I'm here with my labsters.
I'm Alex.
I'm Brooke.
And I'm Zohar.
And today we're going to be talking about a short film, a very short film, called Floriana. So, initial thoughts?
I really want to live there. I don't understand how that's supposed to be dystopian.
Yeah, in the description of the video, the creator apparently made it a dystopian.
It's supposed to be horrifying.
It's supposed to be dystopian?
I think the implication is the reason... So, for starters, if you haven't seen it, watch it, because it's short. But the implication is that I think the ecosystem has kind of just collapsed and everything's died, and so humans are taking over the animals that don't exist anymore.
Okay.
I mean, there's these huge empty mechanical elephants that people are trying to learn how to pilot.
But
like,
when they were putting the people to sleep at the end, it was like they're turning the human off and letting them go into the animal.
Uploading them into the animals.
There were animals that were alive, and they seemed to be in a ratio of like 1-to-1 with humans, which is better than what we have now.
So maybe the reasoning is the humans are dying off and they need to turn into animals to survive.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
Or all the animals that did die and these are biosynthetical.
Oh,
right, because they had the
flashing
lights.
That is fair.
It could be like the last few, so like these humans are learning to like
to perform their function, and that's interesting.
Or like it's a very, very strange breeding program.
I'm really curious about what I'm really curious about is kind of along those lines is, so the humans are becoming animals, but are they all doing it, or are some people staying humans? And in that case, what is the dynamic between humans and animals going? Like, do we still own pets?
We see the humans who are acting as like trainers for like when we go past like the koi ponds.
Yeah, and also like
they're throwing food at them.
But even the children in the nursery are still, even from a very young age, being groomed to take over these animal roles. And at no point do we see any human civilization outside of this transfer program.
Mm-hmm. I just don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, I mean I also love how you only have 5 options. You can be a parrot, a koi fish, an elephant, an iguana, or a turtle.
That's
it. That's your options.
Those are weird choices.
I mean, I think they're just going for iconic animals from each group. You know, everyone knows what an elephant is. Everyone knows what a parrot is. Everyone knows what a tortoise is, etc.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Where's my training to become a single-cell organism?
If I'm an amoeba within the next 5 years, what's the point?
Honestly.
Me sitting here, I just want to be like a cuttlefish or something.
They're very cute.
Yes.
And,
or like one of those like tiny octopi, you know, that sort of look like bunnies or something.
Oh boy. Random fun side note. There is a very good, interesting argument for octopi, octopuses, and octopodes.
Octopodes is where it's at.
Yes, I am fan octopodes because Greek. However...
fair enough.
It's so fun to say.
Octopodes.
I lean toward octopi because I was a Latin student,
but it's not a Latin root.
Yeah,
it's a Greek root.
Is pretty cool.
Octopodes
I gotta say, you might win me over.
Like I'm used to octopi, and octopuses is just wrong.
Yeah, octopuses is wrong. I use octopi most of the time just because it's convenient, easy communication. But if I really want to have fun with it, they're octopodes.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry for the side note.
No, it's totally fair. We got the etymological discourse on the Sci-Fi Lab here. It's fine. Also, no one is a bug in Floriana.
I would argue they're too small.
Yeah, that would be... How would I... Well, koi fish aren't exactly human-sized.
True.
But they are bigger than...
But they're also vertebrates. I bet there's something to do with biological compatibility there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you can't just sort of download yourself into the bug goo.
I mean, because fish are fun.
Hang on a second.
Because I think it's arguable that you could argue arthropods, and maybe this is happening and we just don't see it, But I think you could make an argument for arthropods being divergent from humans' ancestry by so much that we can't be compatible with them in terms of consciousness transfers.
Or the bugs are just fine after whatever apocalypse happened. I mean,
or they just don't like bugs. They're like, nah, I don't want to be a bug.
But
bugs are very important, though.
I mean,
be like,
since when do humans care about what's actually important?
Maybe not a roach, but some sort of beetle.
Mosquito?
You know.
I could be a mosquito.
No, absolutely not.
Bad answer.
Bad answer. Absolutely not.
It's not
Get out.
Not an insect, but I could go for a spider, maybe. I could see.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, if I had to pick an arthropod, really cool. Probably crab, lobster, or millipede.
Possible millipede. Just turn into a horseshoe crab, just sort of.
Horseshoe crab would be awesome.
Yes.
I retract. I would be a horseshoe crab if I had to be an invertebrate.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to be an invertebrate, it would be an octopus. If I had to be an arthropod, horseshoe crab.
Horseshoe crab. Because they're sea Roombas. They're good boys.
Third or fourth grade class, we raised horseshoe crabs for a wee bit. It was a good time.
Fascinating.
I still have a bunch of the little teeny shells.
That's awesome.
It's because
I've never heard of that happening before.
Oh well, okay. To be fair, ocean, lake in my backyard, intercoastal, river. So like surrounded by water on all sides. So
fair enough.
We didn't really have science class. We had marine biology.
Nice.
Cool.
I mean,
hey, I wouldn't be complaining.
I know
it was fun.
No,
it was good.
Yeah.
Especially because most of my like life science projects that I did in like middle school were about aquatic animals.
Right.
Yeah.
I did mine on a lot of prehistoric life, but when it wasn't, I did aquatic life a lot too.
Yeah. I distinctly remember my leafy sea dragon presentation that I made.
They're beautiful.
They are. It's like, yeah, why do we have no people that are leafy sea dragons?
I'd be down for that.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of just how cool animals are in general,
they're freaking cool.
One thing the film seems to be questioning is the value of human existence versus animal existence. And honestly, everyone here already seems to be pretty much on board with that line of questioning.
With downloading myself into some sort of animal body? Absolutely.
Biomimicry to the extreme. Go for it. Yes, I want an elephant trunk that I can move around. That's
okay, but trunks,
there's so much.
Proboscids are so cool.
Yeah.
I'd be a tapir. Tapirs are nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Have you
am I picking an animal?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if I had to pick, probably a whale. I think whales are my favorite animal.
Being a whale.
Freaking cool. Good. Everyone's cool.
Yeah.
Being a whale shark would be fun. Not a human, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like some sort of large reptile.
Like Gila monster, kimono dragon.
Yeah, just kind of chill on a nice rock somewhere.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I want somebody that's got a different sense than we do. So that any bird.
Yeah, I would love to be a bird.
I'd be a star-nosed mole. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're the rainbow shrimp.
Mantis shrimp.
Mantis shrimp are so cool. Yes.
Yeah.
That's another good option.
That is a very good option. I mean, you'll be able to see everything. 6 times as many colors as we can now.
But a star-nosed mole has all of like the tactile sensitivity that we have everywhere combined in a cubic centimeter on their face.
I'm not sure how well I would deal with that though.
That would get really overwhelming, I think.
I know, but
just
like
imagine
they can feel the vibrations of the earth, and they're very cool.
Like they're very cool. I'm not sure I would want to be one though.
But I mean, there's other animals that don't have nearly as intensely sensitive an organ that still have unique sensations. Like crocodiles have pressure sensors in their nose for detecting disruptions in water. Birds, to some degree, are able to detect magnetic fields.
Yeah, and
they also have UV vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I stand by being a filter-feeding whale. I don't care which species, but I think the filter-feeding whales... Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Right, probably humpback, blue whale, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, I would probably either be a bird or some sort of marine life.
Because, like, once you get to a certain size, you could just chill in the ocean and just enjoy being underwater and until you die. And that just sounds so nice.
Very relaxing. And especially if there's no humans, because
then you have no natural predators.
Did you know that when there was a day, I forget if it was a World War II memorial or something. It could have been 9/11, I don't remember, but every single ship in the Atlantic Ocean turned off their engine and whale stress went down.
How do you measure whale stress? Just out of curiosity, I want to see the experimental methodology here.
I'm pretty sure there was they'd been doing a lot of studies on whale brainwaves.
Really cool. I'm intrigued.
Whale brainwaves, and then they're just okay, so all of these ships turned off their engines, and suddenly all of these whales are much less stressed. So whales can feel your engine moving, and they are not happy about it.
It makes sense, I mean.
Yeah. That's valid.
I'm not that surprised, really.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen for the whales.
It's gonna happen eventually.
I mean, I'm just thinking of So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. Dolphin planet takeover. They might as well give it to the whales.
Yes. Yeah. But what do we think happened in this film? Because clearly,
I think it was global
the ocean
warming.
has risen.
The trees are massive.
Oh yeah, the trees are huge.
Yeah. My favorite thing, in the details of it, is the buildings. When it pans over what clearly was cities that are just being overgrown with all of these trees.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting because there's such modular islands.
Yeah.
Because it's just green on top of a building, and then it's water. It's just water everywhere.
I find it weird that there were animals up there.
I think those were the ones that were put there by the people.
See, but what's the point of putting an elephant up there?
It's the only land.
About how elephants.
Then why are you being an elephant? That the mass food requirements for an organism of that size is bad.
No.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna be an elephant, you don't want to be put on an island because there's not enough food for you.
You could be a pygmy.
A pygmy elephant, yes.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was a pygmy elephant.
I don't think those were pygmy elephants.
No, but they'll get there.
Who
That's
knows?
how islands work, right?
Yeah.
That's seriously how islands work.
It'll get there after a few generations with the one elephant that's on that island.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming there are other elephant friends and other friends not shown in the film. Because if not, then this sucks.
Yeah, right?
They have no food. Yeah. If not, because I saw zero food unless you're eating trees.
Exactly.
Which that doesn't sound good to me. So
no. I don't know what an elephant's diet consists of. I'm pretty sure
grass.
It's mostly grass and hay.
But
and stuff
there wasn't even grass.
Yeah.
It was all trees.
And it's not like the grass you have here in the U.S. It's long grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a little bit more appetizing.
So don't know what the dietary plan for this world is.
Right. So point being is there's stuff that wasn't shown.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be, because otherwise there's no motivation for being an animal as big as an elephant.
Yeah.
For fun. What if the world was falling apart and they were just well, screw it. The world is ending, at least I can be an elephant.
I'd still want to be an animal that was going to survive longer than a week before it starves.
I mean, if you're all dying...
why are you training the next generation to become elephants?
Fine. Correct.
Because we saw the daycare with all these small children.
I would not bother with small children doing anything if the world was ending.
Small children in elephant suits and iguana suits.
Well, are you just going to leave the small children to grow up as
No, they're going to die too. Everyone's dying. End of the world. We are on the world. It's ending.
But
the animals too? Or are we is this a world that's about to be destroyed for some reason? Is the radiation going to get everybody soon?
In my hypothetical world, have you ever read... I need to stop talking, I'm sorry.
No, what? What should we have read?
A book called We Are the Ants. And it's kind of upsetting, to be honest, but it's a good book, and it's science fiction, but this kid, the premise is that this person is chosen as a representative of humans as a whole because he's just an ordinary person, and aliens abduct him and tell him in a certain number of days you make a choice. If you press this button, it saves the world. If you do nothing, they're going to destroy Earth and just let it start over again, see if anything comes out of what happens. And so, like, half of the book, more than half of the book, the vast majority of the book gets very existential, because it's just this kid going, well, screw everyone. Like, fuck my life. I'm not pushing the goddamn button. Like, the world is ending, and here's why none of this matters. But as a premise, it's interesting, because it's just like, if you had a hard deadline,
what
would you do to begin with?
Yeah. It reminds me of The Longest Joke in the World, which I can't repeat here, but if you haven't read it, Google Longest Joke in the World. It will be the only search result, or the top search result, and read it. Yes. Because it's interesting.
I hate that you've made me remember this.
It's going to make you angry.
I love it so much.
You're going to be mad.
Okay.
It's fantastic, but it's enraging.
Yeah, you're going to be mad.
I was never mad. But
already mad.
Yeah, already mad. Like, listen, long jokes. Some long jokes are fine. Not
Think of it more of just, it's a story, and it just happens to have a joke as the final line.
I'm not about that life.
Well, I'll read it. I'll have to read that.
Right? It's something else. I feel like everyone should at least read it once, just to experience it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it is one of those.
It's really
one of those
unique.
things.
I think I left out. Oh,
most people haven't read it, and when I describe it, most people decide they never want to read it.
Yeah, that is a thing. Yeah, but there are a lot of things like that where you have to like experience it at least once. There are quite a few like that. The first thing that comes to my mind is the Enigma of Amigara Fault, but
you've got to explain now.
It's a horror manga.
Oh no, I'm good. Thanks. I don't do horror or anything.
Yeah.
The real world is horrifying enough.
Like it's not gore. There's no gore. There's no it's just this earthquake happens and a big split opens up and you see inside the rock face a bunch of human-shaped holes.
Oh, this one. Nope.
That
no,
one.
No. I know about this. I don't want anything to do with that content.
What?
I've got more questions. Namely, what?
What's it called?
2 words, body horror.
Well, yeah. I'm going to read the Wikipedia plot summary. I'm not about to actually read it, but what's it called?
The Enigma of Amigara Fault.
Okay.
I'll read the Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you at least have to read the summary for, because it is a thing.
There are many experiences that are still experiences that I don't want to have.
That's valid. But yeah, if you're not too like either triggered or squicked out by body horror, then that one's definitely a thing. And it's one of those weird ones, like my friend and I were talking the other day about it, as one of those weird ones where like once you've actually read it, you kind of want like you'll read it again. Because like when
it's intriguing. And now it's
It is intriguing, certainly.
Yes, it is intriguing.
I've seen memes from this before.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at the Google images.
Yeah. It created a lot of memes. Ito is a very, very good artist at what he does, and what he does is disturbing.
He's done a lot of other weird stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a horror mangaka. That's kind of his thing. He did, like, a bio manga about himself and his cat, but his cat is horrifying the entire time, apparently. His cat is, like, this eldritch monstrosity.
That just makes me think of, I'm Sorry, John.
Oof. Absolutely not.
That's a fun subreddit.
It is.
Yeah.
Speaking of evil cats, there was this book it's bad. But it's about evil cats taking over the world, that they're partially... All cats are Satan. And the reason that they're pissed at us is because they used to be able to, like, kill you by hissing at you, and now you just pick them up and pet them, and they can only look mildly annoyed. And
they're God's perfect killing machine, but they weigh 8 pounds, and we keep picking them up.
Seriously, that's the whole basis of this book.
Incredible.
I can't remember the title. It's really bad, too. It's like my...
fantastic.
Devil Cat book. Yeah.
Is it like fun to read bad though?
Yes. Oh yes.
Excellent.
It's very fun to read. It's just
like,
bad.
It's like
Beelzebub comes in a few times and just has a party. Like, it's great. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, just like one of those things that would be fun to do a dramatic reading of.
Yes.
At like, yeah.
Yes. Hang on.
This sounds worth finding.
Yeah.
All
right, but I think we've gotten a bit far afield here, but we did stay on the topic of animals at the very end.
We did. Do we have any final thoughts on Floriana?
On Floriana? It was
surprisingly upbeat for a dystopia.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing felt very positive and uplifting.
It was very colorful. Like, the art style was really pretty. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Did not get, at least from the art style, did not get that dystopian vibe. So.
And the music was like,
it was calm.
A little bit,
like, bit melancholy,
but not.
Like,
there was nothing suspenseful or like really.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that I would associate with dystopia. Yeah. In the music choices, it was very peaceful and quiet.
It didn't seem to be presenting this future as something innately that horrifying.
Yeah. It was just different. People were downloading themselves into animals. It's fine.
And maybe that's part of the message, right? Like, I mean, we're humans, we're just animals. It's just a different kind of existence.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna end this off here. So, I'm DJ.
I'm Alex.
I'm Brooke.
And this has been Zohar.
And this has been the Sci-Fi Lab. Thanks for listening.